What's up, y'all? Welcome back for the second race on the NASCAR season. And we're right here in hot Atlanta, actually just a little south of Atlanta in Hampton, Georgia. It's the second race for all three series this weekend, and we're going to here to bring you all the action. But we're back for another paint scheme and race weekend preview for you guys. We release those every Friday here on our channel. So make sure you look forward to that every Friday to get you guys ready to hang out with me on the weekends. Now, Atlanta Motor Speedway is a 1.540 mile track, quad oval, intermediate speedway. The track has 28 degrees of banking and in the turns, and then 5 degrees of banking in the straightaways. Now, lots of changes to this track in 2021. They changed it again. And it changed the style of racing here. Some love it, some hate it. I personally like it. So made it the pack to a super speedway track, and I love those super speedways. Now, all three series will be in action, like I said, and on Saturday there will be a doubleheader. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will run the Freight 208. That's 135 laps, 207.9 miles. Old Rowdy will be back in that number 7 Spire truck. Defend his track here. Like he won here last year. Can he win again? Be good to see old Rowdy and Victor Lane here in hot Atlanta. Right after that, the NASCAR Xfinity Series will run the Bennett Transportation and Logistics 250. That's 163 laps, 251 miles. Now, Austin Hill last week showed dominance at Daytona until his engine crapped out on him. And he was done for the race. So he's going to be back here to try to defend his reigning champ of this race and get a little momentum again after what he lost in Daytona. Now on Sunday, the NASCAR Cup Series, the Ambetter Health 400, that's 260 miles. It's 260 laps, 400 miles. Daniel Suarez, the defending champion of this race. Try not to be so close about it this year. As you can see, the race came down to the very end. What an ending. So, hoping to see you guys this weekend. But first, we got to check out the paint schemes. So let's check those paint schemes out. Like we said, we release these paint schemes every Friday. Now, there are some paint schemes missing that we could not find on NASCAR.com. But we will sure keep you updated throughout the weekend. So here are the paint schemes for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and the NASCAR Cup Series. And when we come back, I'll give you my favorite paint schemes of the week. We'll talk about who won at Daytona, brief information on that. We'll talk about some news that happened after Daytona to the Daytona 500 pole sitter and some other drivers. And then I'll give you my picks for the wins this weekend and your dark horses. So here's the paint schemes, and let's go. right, I hope you enjoyed those paint schemes like we do every week here, every Friday. Like I said earlier in the video, we release our paint schemes and race weekend preview for you guys here every Friday. So make sure you're looking forward to that next Friday as well. So which one were your favorites? Please comment in the comments below. I always love to see your favorite paint schemes for the week. All right, so this week, I'll be honest with you guys, there wasn't too many that I was excited about, but I picked and choose through these here. So the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, I'm going to go with that number 1 Williams Swallowich. I like that truck. Looks really good. And then Spire's going to have some talented drivers in their trucks this weekend. They're bringing it all out. The 07 Michael McDowell Delaware Life Chevrolet. And then the 7 Rowdy Busch. Going to be in that truck defending his race championship. Gainbridge Chevy. So looking forward to 2 major Spire drivers to this weekend there in those trucks. And then the number 45 Caden Honeycutt DQS Deke Badger Chevrolet. That is nice looking too. I like the paint job on that. Now, the trucks always have trucks missing, guys. I'm not sure why they just don't get them in, but all of Thor's Sport Racing and CR7 Motorsports with the number 9, to name a few of the drivers, they're always out. So sometimes it's hard to get them into the video, but sometimes they're always there. So maybe if we can see them before race day on Saturday, we will have them in our scroll as we have them on our screen. Now, the NASCAR Xfinity Series, Carson Quaffle in that Bass Pro Shops Clarence Tech Chevrolet. I've never seen a Bass Pro Shops car look like this before, but I like the orange. Now, the number 7, Justin Allgaier, Protect Your Melon. Buckle up. Ross Chastain. I thought Ross Chastain was driving this thing when I saw that sponsor, but no, Justin Allgaier is going to bring his inner Ross Chastain with those melons. If Justin Allgaier wins, is he going to crash a melon into the ground? Interesting to know. Now, the number 8, I told you last week, guys, I'm going to be picking this thing every week, and this one probably better than last week's. The Pilot Chevrolet, bad to the bone, the DEI 8, love it. At number 44, Brennan Poole, Frontline Fire, love this. The car is on fire, dude. It's nice. They never disappoint in their paint schemes. And then number 88, Connor Zillich, Weather Tech. Nice one there too, that Chevrolet Junior Motorsports. All right, so in the NASCAR Cup Series, I'll take the Trackhouse. They're always good at their paint schemes, especially Ross Chastain's paint schemes. Be a Moose. I like that one, Chevrolet. And, of course, Traditions. Look at all that purple. Yahoo! I'm going to leave it up here for just a second. Admire the purple. Okay. Now, number 47, Ricky Stenhouse, Martin's Potato Rolls. Now, I have to apologize. We had a good old time dogging Ricky last weekend when he supposedly thought he wrecked the field. Now, some of y'all say it was Logano. Some of y'all say it was Ricky by checking up. But I think we owe Ricky Stenhouse Jr. an apology, y'all. I don't think it was his fault. What do you think? Comment in the comments below. And then number 51, Cody Ware, back again in that Arby's. Like some Arby's, like the gold wheels. But that's it, so. All right, so which one were your paint schemes? I didn't like too many of the NASCAR Cup Series this week. Not impressed. But make sure you comment in the comments below. All right, guys, now usually we do a recap of last weekend's races, so we'll give a quick one right here. We won't make it too long and dragged out, but the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series was on Friday night under the lights. The Fresh from Florida 250. Parker Klingerman took the checkered flag, but post-race inspection, he was DQ'd, and Corey Heim time takes the victory. Now, I had picked Heim to win, so I was happy to see that, but we'll get into a little bit more of why Parker Klingerman was disqualified. Now, in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, Austin Hill dominated the first and second stage, and then his car blew out on him. Now, on stage 3, it came down to Jesse Love and Sam Mayer for the restart, and Jesse Love holds him off for his first ever victory. Congrats, Jesse Love, man. He looks like he's 12 there, but congratulations. At least an RCR car won, so that's good. Now, the NASCAR Cup Series Speedweeks, this is how it went down for the boys. Chase Briscoe got his first pole with JGR Racing. And remember that now. I'll get back to that here in just a little bit. Now, Bubba Wallace and Austin Cindric won their respective duels. And what a day Sunday was, with all the pre-race and all the stuff that was going on with the Thunderbirds going over and all of it. We loved it. Sat there and listened to it together. And then we got 10 laps in, and then here came the rain. And we sat for 3.5 hours on a rain delay. We had an amazing time, guys. You guys kept it going. We appreciate you for that. Green flag came under the lights, and Penske took off where they left off during the speed weeks here. Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Austin Cindric, all three of them up front constantly. Blaney and Logano winning stage 1 and 2. It was a domination by Penske. But in the end, with some huge wrecks, including those Penske cars in one of the wrecks, and one crazy wreck by Ryan Preece. Poor Ryan Preece. Another bad wreck at Daytona. Look at that. That's just, oh my gosh, crazy stuff. And then there was a last lap caution. My boy Denny Hamlin was there. Could he win? Came down to Austin Cindric, Denny Hamlin, Cole Custer, and Cole Custer gets into Denny and others. And Willie B goes to the outside, gets around the big crash, and wins back-to-back Daytona 500s. Congratulations, William Byron. Back-to-back wins at the Daytona 500. All right. So now, after the Daytona 500 Speed Weeks were over, we had some controversy. Of course, on Friday night after the race was over, word came out that Parker Kligerman had driven for the Henderson's number 75 Chevrolet to an apparent victory in the fresh from Florida 250. But the truck did not pass post-race inspection, while competition officials found that it failed to meet ride height requirements, measuring too low in the rear. Now, Henderson Motorsports indicated shortly after the disqualification that it planned to appeal. Now, the panel confirms it was more likely than not a rules violation did occur, and the disqualification penalties in Rule 10.5.2.4 necessitate a race disqualification. So, Parker Kligerman, everybody, we were celebrating. He was celebrating. Everybody, Kligerman pushing that flag into the ground in Daytona, but a no-go. So, Corey Heim wins that one, as I just said a little bit ago. Now, after the Daytona 500 on Wednesday, Chase Briscoe, the Daytona 500 pole winner, received a stiff penalty, and NASCAR docked him 100 points and 10 playoff points and suspended his crew chief, James Small, for 4 races. Of course, James Small came over from Stuart Haas with him, and due to an illegal modification on his number 19 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota. Also, Joe Gibbs Racing also received a $100,000 fine. So, now, after passing inspection at the track, Briscoe's ride underwent an additional look to see at the NASCAR Research and Development. We've heard this before. Denny Hamlin? In North Carolina. Now, there, officials found a modified spoiler base where the base bolts to the deck lid were illegal. So, instead of arriving in Atlanta in 10th in the playoff standings this year, he now is 39th with minus 67 points. So, it's going to make a lot for Chase Briscoe. And that one, now you think about Denny Hamlin with the penalty last year, really killed him later in the season. But here, at least Chase has some time to make it up. but that was it. Now, other two teams were caught in penalties on Wednesday. Todd Gillen in the number 34 Front Row Motorsports car and Cody Ware in that number 51 Rick Ware Racing machine each shed 10 points due to a ballast not being in the proper ballast container for pre-qualifying tech. So there are those penalties. So, all right. So here is my picks. My picks here for this weekend here in Atlanta. NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. How could you not pick this kid? The 7 Spire truck, Rowdy Busch, baby, defending champion. Rowdy on a Saturday, give him the trophy right now. Now, my dark horse, I'm going to take Daniel Hemrick in that 19 car. Strong here. That 19 truck. I like it. Daniel Hemrick, he looks promising at Daytona. I'm taking Daniel Hemrick in that 19 truck as my dark horse. Now, in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, Austin Hill, defending champion as well. I'm going to go with it again. He's going to get some redemption for last week at Daytona. Really strong at Daytona, and then boom, car went out on him. So Austin Hill shows everybody what it's like to win, dominate this race. I bet he wins both stages and the checkered flag. And how could you not, for my dark horse, how can you not pick this guy either? I thought about just picking him, but the odds are too good for Austin Hill to win. Eric Almirola in that 19. I'm taking Eric Almirola back in that 19 Joe Gibbs Racing 19 Toyota. Eric Almirola, when he's in Joe Gibbs Racing cars, he wins. So there's my dark horse. Now in the NASCAR Cup Series, I think this is going to be a domination of Penske Racing again. Team Penske. I don't think it's going to be Logano, but I think Ryan Blaney wins this. Ryan Blaney wins here in Atlanta, and my dark horse, this one's been a hard one to pick, but I'll take Christopher Bell. So there you go. So my picks, Ryan Blaney and Christopher Bell, Austin Hill and Eric Almirola, and Rowdy Busch and Daniel Hemrick as my dark horse. All right, so you guys know when we're racing. You know all about the races. You know the paint schemes. And now you got to know when we're streaming. And we're streaming tonight, this afternoon, for NASCAR Xfinity Series qualifying. Try to do a little bit more of that this year. And then on Saturday, the doubleheader. We're going to kick it off with NASCAR Cup Series practice. And then the doubleheader, the trucks, the Xfinity Series. And then on Sunday, the Ambetter Health 400 for the NASCAR Cup Series. So hope you guys tune in this weekend for the streams. They'll be all up here tomorrow and the next day and all that stuff. So be ready for those. And looking forward to seeing you guys in the streams. We had an amazing speed weeks, as I talked about in our posts area for all of our friends. And I hope you guys are ready for this weekend. So I'll see you in the streams. I'll see you at the track. It's time. We're in Hotlanta, baby. It's week 2. Let's go racing. Let's go.